Ladies and welcome to Superstars. Enough of the heels of a pretty eventful Monday Night Raw. We held on here, Superstars, where we shall take a break from all the chaos as later on tonight in the main event, brought to you by the Raw brand. Chris Jericho, the former one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions, he's going to take on Primo. But first off, we're going to kick things off with Smackdown action here tonight on the Day Superstars with a big red machine, the big red monster, Kane. And well, Kane, at one point he was 0-4 here in News Mode. Now he is 3-4. Here tonight he's going to take on Gallows, a man who last week on Superstars, Gallows picked up a major win over still the currently winless Big Show. Show got lifted up on multiple occasions by the big man Gallows. And so here tonight, can Gallows wreak the same type of destruction that he did on Big Show last week? Can he do it against the big red monster Kane here tonight though? Because of course Kane and Gallows, they have history. They've had a couple matches in the past. Kane has actually won the latest battle, defeating Gallows on the previous episode of SmackDown, the latest installment of SmackDown, of course, which was the go-home show before the Bash. And we now Kane in the ring here tonight on Superstars, and here comes his opponent, the big man, Gallows, one of the only people here in News Mode who actually tower over Kane. And well, Gallows, of course, picked up a win over Big Show last week on Superstars, so we shall see what happens this week on Superstars against Kane. And of course, previous installment of SmackDown, Kane made pretty easy work, some pretty quick work of Gallows. So Gallows, of course, I will assume he's not happy about his loss on SmackDown before the Bash. But then getting the win over Big Show definitely did help out Gallows. So here tonight, another matchup between two big men here on Superstars. Another momentum matchup here. Gallows and Kane. And of course, later on tonight, Chris Jericho. Well, he was one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions with Miz, and of course, in the latest installment on Raw, of course, we did have the Hart Dynasty defeat Miz to become the new Unified Tag Team Champions in the Hart Dynasty's rematch clause from the Bash, of course, in which the Bash they lost by disqualification due to Chris Jericho not wanting to get back in his corner before the referee's 5 count. But anyway, that's Raw, and that will be the main event, and that will be later on tonight. See right there to kick us off here. SmackDown action. Gallows immediately with a neck breaker, coming off the gates hot here, and Kane not too happy about that one. Maybe now Gallows not gonna let him get any momentum, and to the outside goes the big red monster. Kane on the outside, and Gallows some major momentum to kick things off here. 9 Superstars. Kane getting back inside the ring here. Can Gallows be able to get retribution on Kane from the latest installment of SmackDown? So can Gallows get a victory over Kane here tonight? I see right there the strength of the big red monster, able to lift up a big man like Gallows at an elbow, taking down Gallows shortly after. Gallows now here. Well, trying to do something there, but Kane catches him. I see their sidewalk backbreaker by Kane and an elbow drop. Well, Kane, he was 0-4. Now he is 3-4, heading into this matchup. So Kane, he's been doing some good stuff. Kane has won 3 matches in a row, one of them being against, obviously, Gallows. So Kane, at one point, he had the worst record in Universe Mode at one point. Now that obviously belongs to Big Show, who I believe is currently 0-6. And right now, Kane, big boot, taking down Gallows, just rebounding him into a quick big boot right there. And well, after this match, we shall get a recap on what happened in the latest installment of Raw, which, man, was there a whole lot of things to talk about, and we're not gonna talk about too much in the recap. If anything, the recap mostly gonna be pertained to the latest things been happening with John Cena and his new group of lackeys in Crown Time and CQ Jackson. We're not gonna give the details on the whole CQ Jackson and JTG thing. We're not gonna recap that, but we are gonna recap what happened with the Cena and Shad stuff, and of course, WWE Champion Randy Orton. We're gonna recap some of that stuff from Raw later on after this match. I see right there, neckbreaker by Gallows, taking down Kane. Gallows had a dominant victory over Big Show last week, and Superstars lifted up the big man like I believe 7 times. Maybe even more than 7 times. Gallows just manhandled the Big Show throughout the matchup. At one point, I believe Gallows threw Big Show more than halfway across the ring. So Gallows definitely becoming a threat here for SmackDown. And now Gallows gonna bash the head of Kane onto the mat. Smash Mouth style right there on the part of Gallows. Of course, Gallows formerly used to align himself with CM Punk of the Straight Society. And well, Punk no longer aligned with Gallows. Gallows no longer aligned with Punk. So Gallows trying to make a singles career now. And well, he's doing decent so far. Because, of course, he didn't get all that much recognition after, no longer being aligned with Punk. But now it's taken maybe a month or two after Gallows originally betrayed Punk. And well, now he's getting the recognition that he finally, I would like to think, deserves. And we know Kane gonna get sent into the turn post right there. Shoulder first, and Gallows now. Kane on the ring apron here. Luke Gallows gonna bring Kane back inside the ring, manhandling him. Type of strength that Luke Gallows is known for, as we saw last week against the Big Show, but Kane also has that amazing feat of strength as well. And now multiple strikes here by the Big Red Machine. And Kane now has him in a sidewalk backbreaker again. The Big Red Machine, the Big Red Monster. Take your pick. But anyway, Kane here has him with a chokehold right there. Well, momentarily at least. And now Kane, what's this here? Lifts him up, taking him down. The strength of Kane being showcased there. Elbow drop shortly after. This is a SmackDown Showcase matchup. Raw will have the main event. Chris Jericho and Primo, of course. Primo had a little interesting thing going on in Raw. Of course, Zack Ryder, the new ECW champion, well, at least at the Bash, where he defeated ECW champion Christian, and what was most likely the last ever ECW championship matchup due to the announcement that Vince McMahon made in the latest installment of ECW, the go-home show of ECW before the Bash, where he basically canceled ECW on the spot to end it off. And we know Kane here, pin predicament, only a 2 count. Gallows barely kicking out of that one. And we now, well, going back to it, of course, after the Bash, and in the latest edition of Raw, we did have Zack Ryder not come out with the ECW title. Instead, he came out with the Hardcore title around his waist. And well, apparently the Hardcore Championship has been reinstalled back here into WWE. It's now going to be, well, not going to be brand exclusive. It's going to be on both Raw and SmackDown. Well, Ryder is guessing now on Raw. I'm not really too sure. He was on Raw before ECW begun. And then now ECW is now dead. So I'm guessing Ryder's going back to Raw. Not really too sure. But anyway, of course, Ryder is the Hardcore Champion. So he's going to defend the Hardcore title with the, of course, reinstated 24/7 rule on both Raw and SmackDown. And there you go, Kane with a victory. Wasn't really paying attention to the matchup towards the end, but Kane, major victory for him. But anyway, of course, Primo attacked Ryder, tried to become Hardcore Champion, and Ryder did a swanton off the stage to Primo. So, a little embarrassing for Primo, to be fair. Failed on win the Hardcore title in the latest installment of Raw, but here tonight in the main event of Superstars against Chris Jericho, can he rebound off of that? I'm not really too sure. Anyway, Kane, major victory for him. Gallows not going to be able to get revenge on Kane for what happened in the latest edition of SmackDown. And there we go, Kane celebrating his victory here tonight at Superstars. And now we're going to have to go to a Raw rebound and what happened in the latest installment of Monday Night Raw.
The Raw Rebound is brought to you by WWE Shop, the official WWE merchandise superstore.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the current WWE Champion, Randy Orton. Now, Randy, you successfully retained your WWE Championship at the Bash against John Cena. Now, of course, after the matchup, both you and Cena went into a brawl in which, of course, ECW's Shad and Ezekiel Jackson, along with SmackDown's JTG, went down to a ring and helped out Cena and attacked you to end off the night. Now, since this is a very dangerous alliance and it seems that they are helping Cena now, what are your thoughts on the matter? Well, to be fair, even as of the last couple weeks too, the attitude that John Cena has had, of course, attacking Shawn Michaels a couple weeks back after the number one contenders matchup, to be fair, not really too surprised by what Cena's done. As of late, Cena's been more desperate. He's turned against the fans that have loved him for the longest of times, and at the Bash, he decided, well, to enlist the help of course, those 3 guys that you did mention that, to be fair, are completely useless over on ECW, and of course, JHG, who doesn't really win much matches on SmackDown, of course. So, to be fair, I'm not really too worried. Of course, I am the WWE Champion, and of course, I am going to have a major target on my back here in Raw as long as I hold this WWE Championship. But as for Cena, next time I lay my eyes on him, I'm going to kick his ass. It's as simple as that. So that doesn't go well for Santino either. And now, wait, what the hell is this? Santino now. He doesn't look too scared, but as we see on the ramp here, what have you done? No. No. What have you done? Of course, Santino's been walking down to the ring as of late with a plastic cruiserweight championship. Don't know why he's done that. But Santino with the John Cena hat. The hat that Cena used to wear. Of course, Cena, he's gone back to his old Doctor of Thugonomics look. And Cena, well, not really a fan favorite anymore. Santino throwing the hat and everything. He's doing Cena's gimmick. Santino doing Cena's old entrance. Cena doesn't look too happy. Santino, what have you done? Old ways. His old attitude and stuff, and now drop toe hold to Santino. Santino's head bouncing off the mat as well. Santino looks dead. Cena's just been toying around with Santino at this point. Shad hasn't even have to do anything. And there you go. John Cena off the drop toe hold. Santino's done for. Shad didn't even have to do anything in that matchup. He didn't have to distract Santino or anything. And we know, oh come on, Shad and Cena celebrate inside the ring now. Come on, camera, cut to it. There you go. Shad checking on Cena like Cena's hurt. I'm sure he is. And we know it's just Randy Orton now. Orton attacking Shad and now attacking Cena. Orton just drew Shad out the ring immediately out of nowhere. Randy Orton. I guess he came from the crowd. Didn't really see him. But Orton from the crowd just drew Shad out the ring. I don't even see Shad anymore. But I guess it doesn't matter because Randy Orton now. The WWE Champion attacking John Cena. What we did here in the Orton backstage interview, next time he sees Cena, he's going to kick his you-know-what, as you see right there. And he just did it. The RKO connects to John Cena. Shad is still laid on the outside. Orton just really close on him on the ropes. And now Orton, he looks pretty happy for himself. Shad's on the outside. He's hurt. Cena just got stunned by an RKO out of nowhere. The WWE Champion Randy Orton, well, he did say next time he sees Cena, he's going to kick his you-know-what. And, well, he just did that. Randy Orton with the RKO out of nowhere to John Cena. The WWE Champion stands tall. And now this is definitely payback for what happened at the Bash. Randy Orton, major statement. The WWE Champion, he laughs last here tonight. That one. And now it's this, Chris Jericho here on top of the rope. Daniel Smith, he's dazed and okay, that worked out well. Jericho, he's also hurt. Well, both him and Daniel Smith getting up at the same time right there. Weird maneuver by Jericho, Insecurity connects. And Miz trying to bring Jericho back inside this matchup here. Or just get tagged, either way. Miz now back inside the ring. And now Bulldog. Or was he right inside the ring? I have no idea. I believe he was. And we now Miz, and just like that. One maneuver and he's gone. Now you see me, now you don't, right there by the Miz. Tagging back in Chris Jericho, and Jericho's going to go back to doing the dirty work. And Butterfly Backbreaker connects. Nice done on the part of Chris Jericho. Of course, that double and hook backbreaker. And we now has him here. The walls. Jericho looking for the walls. The walls of Jericho. Can this be it? He has David Hart Smith. He turned him around. David Hart Smith on his belly. Can this be it? Tyson Kidd, he's going to break it up in time, though. David Hart Smith probably was going to tap out there if it wasn't for Tyson Kidd. Kidd with the incredible save. And the Hart Dynasty still have their tag team hopes intact. Well, tag team title win hopes intact, I should say. Tyson Kidd looking on. And well, to be fair, I thought the walls were actually going to do it. Let's see if they're neck breaker. Jericho had the walls nicely applied. David Hart Smith was away from the ropes, but to be fair, David Hart Smith could have actually just crawled. To be fair, so maybe Jericho didn't have him in the best of positions in the mat, but still could have actually worked out well. And we now Chris Jericho here and Tyson Kidd, the kick right to the back. Can we have new unified tag team champions here tonight in the Hart Dynasty? We shall see as this matchup progresses. It's now Chris Jericho here. Has Tyson Kidd working on the arm and the facial area. That's definitely going to hurt the back as well. Nice hold right there by Jericho. Of course, Chris Jericho, the man of 1,004 holds. And now Jericho going to tag in the Miz. Tyson Kidd, he seems ready. He was waiting for Miz on that one. Catches him off guard with a kick. And now into the corner of the Hart Dynasty goes the Awesome One. And now Kidd here has him where he wants him. Oh, never mind. Thought Tyson Kidd didn't really know what to do right there, but he kind of did. Was able to block whatever Miz was going for, which was a punch. So maybe not whatever Miz was going for. And without a leap and elbow drop, and was able to connect perfectly right onto the Miz. And with now Miz here, he's in trouble. Camel clutch, he's close to the ropes though, and yep, the rope break. And now Jericho gonna break it up. And well, David Hart Smith, what a chop right there at Jericho. Not sure if you guys saw it, but I know I saw it right there. In the bottom right corner of the screen, David Hart Smith just one major chop to Jericho. Took Jericho immediately off his feet. And now another leap and double drop right there by Tyson Kidd. And now Kidd here has Miz right where he wants him. And now springboard, and oh my god. That worked out pretty well. And now Tyson Kidd once again springboard again. With a splash. And now Kidd again and another splash. Tyson Kidd is going crazy. On the top of the rope here. Tyson Kidd a senton. We saw Kidd do this to Y2j on SmackDown. And now Kidd, oh my god. Come on, just stop it right. I'm pretty sure Miz is dead, and again. Another springboard splash. His job is done. Tyson Kidd can tag in David Hart Smith. Wow, we saw Tyson Kidd do that to Y2j in the Go Home edition of SmackDown, of course, before the bash, where Tyson Kidd just went completely crazy. Did multiple springboards to Y2j. And now doing it once again to Miz. And if not, he did more right there to Miz than he did to Y2j on SmackDown. And now David Hart Smith has him up, back suplex, nicely done. Tyson Kidd, he's just very bit impressive. And now off the back suplex here, Miz. Is he done for? Is he done for? And yes, he has new tag team champions. Tyson Kidd, all those springboards wearing down Miz, and then a simple back suplex, simple but effective, and the Hart Dynasty have derailed Miz of the Unified Tag Team Championships. The Hart Dynasty, they win the Tag Team Championships here tonight. What a victory, new Unified Tag Team Champions. Of course, DX, the first ever Tag Team Champions. Miz won from them at Backlash. And then here tonight, the Raw after the Bash. In their rematch clause, the Hart Dynasty with the victory, and we have new Unified Tag Team Champions. They can now go across Raw and SmackDown as the Tag Champs. Well, there we go. Chaotic. Well, a very chaotic episode of Raw finally comes to an end here tonight. Well, there you go, and we didn't even scratch the surface with that recap segment to what happened in the latest edition of Raw, because of course we had a whole lot more chaotic stuff going on, including, of course, the whole Sheamus and Dynasty Championship Open Challenge, where of course Cena, in the beginning of the night, we saw him in the middle of the ring with, of course, Crown Time and Ezekiel Jackson, because of course at the Bash, after Orton defeated Cena, we had Crown Time and Jackson run down to the ring, and well, all help Cena attack Orton, a 4-1 assault to end things off at the Bash. Of course, we had that Orton promo that we just saw moments ago from Raw. And well, of course, for a Cena thing, Ezekiel Jackson did announce that he was going to challenge Sheamus for the United States Championship. Ultimately, what actually happened was Sheamus waited. No one came out. On the Titantron, we had a picture of Ezekiel Jackson. It said Mind Games on it. Sheamus looked confused, and then from behind, Y2j attacked Sheamus. And not to mention, Y2j actually gave Sheamus one hell of a fight for the United States Championship until midway through the matchup, Ezekiel Jackson ran down to the ring with a steel chair, ultimately gave it to Y2j, and Y2j just whacked Sheamus across the head with a steel chair, leading to Sheamus retaining the United States Championship, of course, by disqualification. And then after the match, both Y2j and Ezekiel Jackson just, well, they just basically attacked Sheamus after the match. And of course, Ezekiel Jackson hitting the Book of Ezekiel on the outside to Sheamus. So that was a major statement made by Cena's lackeys. So Ezekiel Jackson, all saying now in the U.S. title picture. Crime Time could be in the Unified Tag Team Championships picture, of course, as well. And well, John Cena, I would assume, still in the WWE Championship picture against Randy Orton. So anyway, on Raw, we shall see what happens, but on SmackDown, we shall get a break from all that chaos. Because on SmackDown, it will be a little bit more calm, as of course, Undertaker will defend the World title against Matt Hardy, due to Matt Hardy, of course, defeating CM Punk on multiple occasions on SmackDown before Punk took on Taker at the Bash. And ultimately, if Matt Hardy won the Steel Cage matchup against Punk, Matt will get a world title opportunity after the bash. He did, of course. And so Taker retained the world title against Punk at the bash. So in the main event, and this Friday on SmackDown, it's going to be Taker and Hardy for the world titles. That should be interesting anyway now. So we head on here to your main events. Jericho now on top of the rope. Here, elbow drop connects. And Primo now, he's immediately back up. Didn't fully connect. Well, it did get a connection. Somewhat. Not as much as Jericho would have liked, though. And now Primo and Jericho on the outside of the ring here. Chris Jericho now has him in headlock here. Jericho raking the eyes. I can see none has changed, of course, on the part of Y2j. And now Jericho run back inside the ring. So is Primo, both respectively at the count of 5. And well, of course, the Hart Dynasty, New Unified Tag Champions. Well, Sheamus, they still have the rematch clause. So while Hart Dynasty, they won their rematch clause, Sheamus still has theirs. So how it will work is if Sheamus actually used their rematch clause and they win, then the Hart Dynasty will not get a rematch clause. And if Sheamus once again do use their rematch clause, and we know Jericho on top of the rope, springboard dropkick, but it's missed. Primo just sensed it, I guess. Now tilt the world head scissors, taking down Y2j. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, of course. And wait, now, never mind, because we got some more important stuff happening here. Primo, what the hell? Just launching himself. That worked out well. Not the prettiest of maneuvers, but it was effective. Primo is actually, I guess I could say, he's kind of surprising me here. Didn't expect Primo to do as well as he's doing here. Not against Jericho, but he's surprising novice. So see right there, misses the discus forearm or elbow attempt right there. And when now Jericho has him chopped to the chest. Anyway, going back to what I was trying to say on 2 occasions. But of course, well, if Sheamus do win their rematch clause match, then Hart Dynasty will not get a rematch clause. And if Hart Dynasty win Sheamus' rematch clause matchup, then Sheamus will not get a rematch clause. That's basically how it will work. But in order for that to happen, Sheamus will need to use their rematch clause in the first place. So far, we do not know. The Miz is not ringside to help out Chris Jericho. Of course, we had some tension between Miz and Jericho in the past. Because, of course, in a non-title matchup to set up for the bash, we did have Miz. Or at least to set up for Extreme Rules, actually, maybe. No, I think it was before the bash. 3 weeks before the bash, I think. Can't remember. But, of course, we had Miz taking on WWE Champion Randy Orton in a non-title contest. Midway through the matchup, for some reason, Jericho decided to just punch Miz in the face. He teased attacking Orton and helping out his tag team partner, but instead he just attacked his own tag team partner in Miz. And, well, that's pretty much only been the type of tension, of course. At the bash, Jericho decided to just not get back inside, well, in his corner before the referee's 5 count, which I believe both Miz and Jericho did not have a problem with. They would retain their titles by disqualification. Hart Dynasty won later on the next night on Raw, however. So there you go. And we know Jericho here has Primo where he wants him, rebounds him, and a neck breaker. Nicely done on the part of Y2j Chris Jericho, former Unified Tag Team Champion. And we now, here we go behind here. Jericho now, elbow right to the back of the head, effective right there. But Primo chopped the chest in, trying to answer back here. And Primo now going to send Jericho into the corner. Jericho now go behind and the elbow once again. Primo just can't be able to keep the momentum that he had on Jericho. Primo's had a couple good moments here, but not too much. I see that drop kick, the final statement after multiple shots. And Chris Jericho's on the roll here on Superstars. And now Jericho on top of the rope here. Here we go. We're just going to launch himself. The forearm, it's going to connect. And now Lion Salt by Chris Jericho. Vintage Y2j right there. The Lion Salt. And now, it's not done yet. Primo is getting wrecked here by Chris Jericho. Jericho now has him. Has the legs. The walls. Are they going to be applied? The walls. Jericho has it locked in. Rolls Primo over to his belly. And Jericho yelling. He wants Primo to tap out here. And Primo is. Chris Jericho, impressive performance. And a big victory for him here tonight on Superstars. So there you go. Y2j Chris Jericho gets the victory. Of course, the top rope maneuver right there. The forearm that connected off the top rope. The Lion Salt shortly after, which we haven't seen that in a while by Jericho. So that was awesome to see. And then, of course, made him tap and now. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's been one hell of an additional Superstars here tonight. As on SmackDown, should also be good. Taker and Matt Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship. That should be a good contest. Anyway, now, what's this here? Jericho celebrating. The Miz now run down to the ring. And what? Miz is attacking Jericho. We need to get a camera in the ring here. We got something going on between the tag team partners, the former Unified Tag Team Champions. Can we get a camera here? As there you are, finally. Miz attacked Jericho from behind. I have no idea where Primo is. And now, what the hell? The Miz attacking his partner. After Jericho's victory, and now Jericho, he's trying to go to the outside. They're going to try to confront Miz here. Has to steal steps. Well, Miz will steal a chair. I did mention the tension earlier on in the matchup, of course. The past one between Jericho and Miz, where Jericho for some reason punched Miz in the face. I don't know why. And I've had said on multiple episodes of Raw and Superstars that don't know why it happened. And now Miz here is just trying to he's trying to attack Chris Jericho. The former Unified Tag Team Champions are imploding here tonight right before our very eyes. And now Chris Jericho here gets caught in a neckbreaker. Swinging neckbreaker by the Miz. We've seen that on many occasions by the Awesome One. Miz using the steel chair to his advantage. Why? I don't get it. Besides that one time where Jericho attacked Miz, where after that there wasn't much tension. They just had good tag team chemistry at the Bash, but here now at Superstars, the Miz thinks otherwise. The Skull Crushing finale on to his former tag team partner, I guess. Guess you could say former. And now Miz. Oh, come on. Well, it was fun while it lasted between these two. Miz, I guess, has imploded Chris Jericho. One hell of a victory against Primo here tonight in Superstars. After a well-fought victory by Jericho, Miz, his former tag team partner, decides to attack him. And Jericho, he's hurt. The steel chair shots, of course the swinging neckbreaker, the DDT, and the Skull Crush finale all onto the concrete. And the Miz, he seems very happy about it. Questions need to be answered heading into the next edition of Raw. So, well, we thought it wasn't going to be as chaotic heading into Superstars, but at the end of the day, Universe Mode remains chaotic. Well, that's it for Superstars. We'll catch you all on SmackDown, and heading into Raw, we need some answers.